Okay, now that you've got your hosting from Bluehost, you would have received a welcome email with the email address that you'd given them. So check your inbox, open up the welcome email from Bluehost, and you will receive some account information. It might not look exactly like this, but you're going to get something similar to this welcome email message, okay? So you'll have all your account information, the domain name that you signed up with, a temporary username. You can change that. You can change your password, and what we need is the name servers. So you'll notice that there's name server 1 and name server 2. So generally it could potentially be what's demonstrated here, ns1.bluehost.com, and name server 2 ns2.bluehost.com. You could get something different, but that's what we need. And what we're basically doing is we're pointing the domain name to the hosting account, okay, which is Bluehost in this case. Okay, so let's go to Uniregistry. Now that we've got all our necessary info from Bluehost, we need to go back to Uniregistry and change the DNS settings in there. So let's go back to Uniregistry. Now, if you notice on the top right of Uniregistry, you'll have your domain name, the one that you signed up with. So you want to go to the top right. So if you don't see your domain name up there, the one that you've signed up with Uniregistry, you might have to log in, and then you'll notice it on the top right. So you'll notice it will say My Domain Names. So let's click onto that. The first time signing up to Uniregistry, you will see a pop-up come up. So you can follow them steps. They're basically the same steps. They'll pop up every time you sign in until you say don't show me no more. So I've done that. So I've got quite a number of domain names here. I keep them year in, year out. Some I use, some I'm saving for later on down the track. If I choose to sell them later on, I might do that. Domain names can be bought and sold at a phenomenal amount of money. I've heard of domain names being sold in the millions. If this is something that you're interested in doing, buying domain names, holding on to them for a period of time, or buying and selling as soon as you buy them, you can sell them for a few hundred to a few thousand. If you get a really good premium domain names, I mean, you could potentially sell it into the tens of thousands. Like, there is really a big market for domain names. It's just like selling houses, real estate property. Same principle applies here. Virtual real estate. And I mean, even if you create a website with a hot domain name, you could potentially sell that as well. Like, a lot of people do that. They buy and sell websites and domain names. So that's something you could potentially be interested in somewhere down the track. So what we want to do is, right now we want to focus on changing the DNS settings. So we go to the domain name here. So as you can see, it says DNS servers, which is the Uniregistry one. So we click on to the domain name that we've recently purchased, or we want to change the DNS settings on. We go to the DNS records up here. We click on the Uniregistry DNS box here, and then we want to set new name servers. Okay, close that pop-up. So remember the email that Bluehost had just sent us with the name servers? ns1.bluehost.com. Let's go grab that. So let's copy and paste that in there. So we want to backspace. We don't want any spaces. So then we add that. Okay, let's add the second one. Okay, so remember there was 1 and 2. So we change that to a 2 instead of a 1. Then we add that. And that's all we need to do, okay? So then we go to the bottom right of the page, and then we save changes. So you'll notice on the top corner here, it will say NS1 Bluehost plus NS2 Bluehost. Okay, that's what we want to see. So give it about 5 to 10 minutes to integrate, and then that should be connected. And then from then on out, whenever you buy, if you do choose to purchase more domain names and you've gone with the other, I think it was the basic plan with Bluehost or the plus plan, and you're choosing and you're thinking about purchasing more domain names and building more websites, then what Uniregistry will do will automatically update the name servers on your behalf. So you don't have to do it again. You don't have to do it manually again. They'll automatically do that for you. So as you can see here to the right, I've got the privacy link is off. So I want that on. Okay. So I don't want no one seeing my details there. So you can also have auto renew if you want to auto renew your domain names every year from the date of purchase. If you don't want that, you can just tick that off. So when it's due, you won't get automatically billed. Okay, so when it's time, like, I mean, you might get an automatic billing through PayPal, say, and they charge your account, you don't have any money in your account, and then you might get charged a dishonor fee from your bank. So you might want to have that switched off. That's entirely up to you. And you got the little padlock here, gives your site more security. Okay, so now that you've got your DNS settings hooked up, in your Bluehost DNS settings hooked up with Uniregistry, what we need to do is we need to add this domain name to Bluehost.